Hello everyone, my name is Quad and the Coda series is a powerful new line of infested weapons, re-engineered with massive stat upgrades, unique traits, and valence-infused damage. In this video, I will show you all the firing modes of these weapons and will also share some basic information so you know how to mod them. If you do not know, you can get Coda Weapons from Eleanor in the Holovanian Central Mall after you reach Mastery rank 17 and kill a couple of infested liches, known as Technocyte Coda. Vanquishing the infested liches will give you live heart cells, which you can exchange with Eleanor for desired weapons of your choice. This system works in the same way as Ergo Glass Tenet weapons. The weapon you buy will come with the Valence bonus, a status type which you can improve later on with either getting a new weapon or using an Elemental Vice to exchange the Valence status type at will. Anyways though, let's now go over the weapons, starting with primary weapons, then going to secondaries, and at the end, melee weapons. To start off, the Coda Synapse is an upgraded version of the classic infested beam weapon, and it's packing some serious firepower, both in raw stats and quality of life improvements. Compared to the original, the Coda variant brings very high critical chance, great critical damage, okay status chance, and it still primarily deals corrosive damage, making it a strong choice for armor stripping. You also do 20% additional damage on headshots as a unique trait, and in addition, Coda Synapse also features increased beam length and built-in punch-through, letting you zap multiple enemies in a line. There is no wild mechanic or explosion to manage, just a pure crit-focused beam DPS. Coda Hema is a primary weapon that fires 3-round bursts, making it great for controlled high-damage shots. Compared to the original Hema, the Coda variant brings some noticeable upgrades: a slightly higher fire rate, a bigger magazine capacity, good critical chance, a solid critical damage multiplier, great status chance, and thanks to the Valence damage bonus, it also deals higher base damage overall. The Coda Hema primarily deals viral damage, making it excellent for shredding enemy health once their armor is stripped. These shots do have some travel time and can be slightly inaccurate, so it can be hard to hit enemies from afar. But what really makes this weapon unique is the special trait. Reloading the Coda Hema will drain a small amount of your health instead of ammo, so spamming reload isn't always a good idea. However, since there are so many ways to regenerate health in this game, you basically have an infinite ammo weapon here. In addition, landing headshots will heal you as well, so there is a built-in healing option as well. Coda Sporothrix is an upgraded version of the primary sniper rifle known as, well, Sporothrix. Compared to the base version, the Coda Sporothrix brings a faster reload, a higher critical chance, and the signature Coda Valence bonus, giving it a solid boost in damage overall. Its damage profile is interesting. Direct hits deal pure slash damage, while the radial explosion that follows does viral and slash damage, perfect for stacking up bleed procs and viral debuffs. When you fire the Coda Sporothrix, the projectile burrows into the enemy, and after a short delay, boom, it explodes. If you can, get your hands on the Volatile variant mod because it increases the explosion radius when hitting an enemy with direct shots, it increases status chance, and it adds punch through, letting your shots rip through crowds before exploding. I'd say this is a very good sniper rifle to use against armored enemies. Coda Bassocyst is a new infested shotgun weapon which primarily does blast damage. It has good critical chance, good critical damage multiplier, and great status chance, plus very good fire rate. It shoots waves of base at the enemies like Arca Plasmor does, which makes it extremely cool. By the way you shoot it, it looks like it has a lot of recoil, but it doesn't. It has almost none, so it should be quite easy to control. Alternate fire shoots a few ticks that latch onto enemies automatically and spread blast, magnetic, and impact status effects. And in addition to this masterpiece of a gun, if an enemy is open to an execution and you use your alternate fire, you will teleport and mercy kill it. which is quite strong. And now let's go to the secondary weapons. Coda Catabolyst is a secondary pistol that shoots a beam of corrosive material. It primarily does corrosive damage. Compared to the OG Catabolyst, the Coda Catabolyst comes with a bigger magazine, a slightly higher status chance, and thanks to the valence bonus, it does almost double the damage. While the critical chance is still on the low side, it keeps up with a great critical damage multiplier, very high status chance, high fire rate, and of course, the sweet explosive reload mechanic. The Coda Catabolyst makes you throw 3 grenades in a vertical line instead of 1 when you reload. These explode on impact and, heads up, they can stagger you if you're too close, so watch your spacing. Reloading is manual, which means you may be shooting nothing for quite a while, and picking up loot automatically reloads the gun so you will throw the grenade. I know, kind of weird, but it is what it is. Coda Pox is an upgraded version of the classic Pox secondary. Compared to the regular Pox, the Coda variant brings double the magazine capacity, a much higher critical chance, a better critical damage multiplier, a higher status chance, and best of all, more than double the base damage thanks to the valence bonus. Like the original, it's a thrown weapon that releases a cloud of toxic gas on impact that lingers around and applies status effects and damage on enemies over time. There is no new mechanics, no explosive reload, no delayed detonation, just straightforward stat increases across the board. The dual Coda Torxica is a double automatic secondary pistol that hits hard, hits fast, and spreads cold damage like crazy. It has great critical chance, great critical damage multiplier, great status chance, a very large magazine, and very high fire rate. It primarily does slash damage, making it a damage over time powerhouse. There is a trade-off though, the reload speed is quite long. When you kill an enemy, the dual Torxica will spread 3 spores to 3 random enemies nearby. Each of the spores applies a cold status effect and boosts all incoming damage from the Torxica by 1.5 times. So yeah, this thing basically tags nearby enemies for death, softens them with cold, and then lets you shred them with enhanced damage. Great for crowd control, damage over time stacking, and bursting down groups of enemies in quick succession. Coda Tysis is an improved version of the original Tysis-infested secondary, and while it looks like it crawled out of a nightmare, the stat buffs make it a lot more deadly. Coda version has OK critical chance, OK critical damage multiplier, and very high status chance, which is where this weapon really shines. It primarily does corrosive damage plus weather valence status bonus you've infused, making it excellent for proccing status effects and shredding armor. Just like the original, it keeps its signature trait. When you shoot an enemy, the bullet burrows into them, dealing 3 additional ticks of damage over time. There's no big explosion, no reload trick, just creepy, crawling, corrosive damage that keeps ticking after shots land. And that is it with the secondary weapons. Now let's go to the melee weapons. Coda Mire is an upgraded version of the classic Mire, and while it doesn't reinvent the wheel, the stat buffs across the board make it quite amazing. Good critical chance, great critical damage multiplier, very high status chance, and it primarily deals toxin damage, perfect for bypassing shields and stacking up nasty procs. In terms of mechanics, it works just like the regular Mire, and that includes its unique trait. Slam attacks will always apply toxin status. That makes it a solid choice for condition overload builds if you ask me, or just anyone who loves slamming into groups and watching them tick up fast. The next weapon is Coda Motovore. The Coda Motovore is a brand new hammer weapon, and let me tell you, this thing is an absolute unit. It deals all 3 physical damage types, impact, puncture, and slash, plus your valence bonus as their primary damage type. Stat-wise, it brings a lot to the table: average attack speed, good range, okay follow-through, but most importantly, great critical chance, great critical damage multiplier, and great status chance. But the real fun starts with its unique trait. All physical mods, that's impact, puncture, and slash mods, get a 6 times multiplier to their effectiveness. Yeah, you heard it right, 6 times. And depending on your primary damage type, you get even more bonuses. If impact is your highest, you get a plus 40% final attack speed bonus. If it's puncture, you gain 1.5 final weapon range, and if it's slash, you get a 30% to your final status chance. That means this hammer can be custom tailored to your playstyle, whether you're going for raw speed, wide sweeps, or status heavy builds. It is not just strong, it is versatile, and honestly, it is one of the most flexible melee weapons we've seen in a while. The Coda Caustacyst is an upgraded take on the classic Caustacyst, and while it keeps the same signature mechanic, it also increases all the stats across the board. Compared to the original, the Coda version features good critical chance, great critical damage multiplier, and very good status chance. It primarily deals corrosive damage along with weather valence stat bonus you've got baked into the weapon, making it a strong pick for armor stripping and status stacking. Just like the original, it has a very unique trait: heavy attacks cause the weapon to, let's just say, soil itself and release a corrosive puddle on the ground. The difference with the Coda Caustacyst, the puddle is way larger, making it even better for area denial, status application, and just straight up melting anything that walks into it. The Coda Hirudo is a cleaner, meaner version of the original Hirudo melee sparring weapons. Stat-wise, it's a straight upgrade across the board: great critical chance, great critical damage multiplier, good status chance, and it primarily deals puncture damage. But just like the original, the real selling point is its unique trait: Invigorated. Every critical hit you land gives you plus 5% lifesteal on crits and 5% max health for 15 seconds, stacking up to 25%. The Coda Pathocyst is a beefed up version of the original Pathocyst. It is a thrown weapon and has great critical chance, great critical damage multiplier, great status chance, and it primarily deals viral damage, making it perfect for health shredding combos. Just like the original, it has one nasty trick: occasionally spawning infested maggots known as miasmites. These little guys crawl toward enemies and explode, spreading viral status and causing chaos. With the Coda version, those miasmites are now a bit stronger, dealing more damage and surviving just a touch longer. There's no major change to the core mechanic, it is still a Pathocyst, you know, but the stat boosts and stronger maggots make the Coda version far more effective, especially in status heavy or viral focused builds. And that is it, all the 13 new Coda weapons. If you want me to make any of the build videos for all the weapons we have here, I already have them all maxed, so just ask away and I will make a video if you want to, but right now I'm going after Scourge weapons first. If you ask me, the best Coda weapons we've got are the Bassocyst and maybe the dual Torxica, with obvious upgrades being Sporothrix, Catabolyst, and maybe some others as well. All of the weapons are obviously viable for Steel Path even in solo games, and I think you shouldn't have a problem building them yourself because they are extremely strong. Like, what the hell were they thinking? Anyways though, I really want to know your opinion. What is your favorite weapons out of all these Coda weapons? I am a hardcore shotgun person, so a Bassocyst is absolutely amazing, but as I said, these Coda weapons are much better. Dual Viscis? Holy moly, I love it, even though it has gas damage, which is not really the meta at the moment. If you liked the video, please let me know why you liked it, and if you didn't like it, or have some constructive criticism, let me know down in the comments. I really want to improve my content, and the only way to do it is fair criticism. Anyways though, thank you everyone for watching, please like, comment, share, or maybe even subscribe, and have a very nice day. Bye guys!